What's going on, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome to the video. I'm very happy that you guys decided to stop by today. Firstly, I wanted to wish a happy Easter Sunday to all of you guys who are watching the video, whether you celebrate Easter or not. Just, hoping that you and your families have a nice, safe Sunday, and that, wishing you guys all the best, especially during this strange time that we're living in. So, just wanted to start the video off with that. Today, we're going to be listening to a project called Christ-Like. It's by Terian and Mack, produced by Keon Christ of Good Music. This is a 3-track EP. I'm not certain that it's titled Christ-Like because it's a Christian project or anything like that. I think it's just because of the Easter Sunday theme, and so that makes a whole lot of sense. Terian hit me up on my email basically telling me about the project and how he wanted to drop it on Easter Sunday and that he wanted a video for it. And so if you want a video for music of your own, you can hit me up just like he did on my email or on my Instagram. Instagram is probably the safest bet. I don't always see the emails, but yeah, just also wanted to say that this could be you, on a video on my channel. And I really thought that the theme was interesting, especially because of the whole Easter theme. There's a track on here called Judas, apparently, which is supposed to be about betrayal, and it's supposed to give all these different kinds of vibes. And so, it's about Christ's death, burial, resurrection, betrayal, but in the same way, I'm assuming he's going to try to tie that into modern themes and things like that with, his personal life. I think it's going to be a really interesting concept. And so fitting that into 3 tracks might be a little difficult, but I'm willing to see, how he does on this and give my opinions on it. So yeah, I'm excited to be listening to some new music, and who knows, if you enjoy these songs, be sure to check him out and check out his other music. He also has another project called Babylon the Great that he did with Mass Appeal Records, and so you could also check that out if you enjoy him. And I might be putting you guys onto a new artist, so that's exciting as well. The last thing I'll say is just to support the channel however you see fit. By supporting the channel, you support guys like these who get their music exposed on the channel, and that's always a good thing to get some more recognition and some more plays for these guys because they're working really hard on their music. So let's get into it. This is Christ-Like. The first track is Rage On. Let's see what he's got for us. That's dope. If they choose top, no worries, no trouble. We don't need that around here. I still wouldn't stress it. That little pause is great. That is an absolutely epic way to start off your EP, dude. The very spacey vibes, the very distorted vocals, heavy auto-tune. Gives us kind of like a Travis Scott vibe a little bit. He definitely brings so much energy, so much passion into his performance. The production is absolutely great. I love the use of the little melodies in the background, the very heavily reverberant melodies that kind of sound like a really high-pitched little bell, but also the use of the synths and the synth bass, the really interesting, almost 90s leads that go on during the end of the track that kind of play us out. They're very emphatic, they're very intense. The drums are very energetic, so all of that really creates a very exciting, tense experience that kind of makes you want to move and makes you want to rage, basically. It's very aggressive, and I like that. I like that about it. So I think that's absolutely an explosive way to start off your project with a bang. Next track is Judas, and we're already starting with really dark synths. Only big red with the family bros. Judas, so watch who you cool with, move with. Jealousy make us with jumping at the fight down here tonight. In 3 days I come back for you. Beat me up. Those synths are nuts. If you cross me, thinking you Jordan, I'ma cut you in your bullshit. I follow my yo, if you cross me thinking you're Jordan, I'm gonna cut you in your bullshit. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Also, the cross ties into the cross themes and the Easter themes. I don't have room for Judas. I only break bread with the truest. That's the Last Supper imagery. So I like that. I really like the wordplay here. I like these little breather moments, these little breakdown sections. You know, I'm loving the imagery, the Easter imagery, Last Supper, the crucifixion, the resurrection imagery that he put in there, along with some of the other current references to things that are going on in the world. Tying all that in together to basically make a track about watching your inner circle, making sure that there are no snakes in your grass, or making sure that there are no traitors in your inner circle and things like that is just a really interesting message. It's presented in an interesting, compelling way. It's very energetic. The synths, the very dark synths, definitely add that undertone of betrayal, of like, you know, skeeviness almost. But those breakdown sections with that are kind of meant to give us pause and kind of, you know, to reflect a little bit with the pianos and the calm before the storm of the hook coming back in. It's almost presenting, like, to me personally, since I know that this has an Easter theme, contrasting the darkness of the betrayal and the crucifixion with the glory to come, or the resurrection and the ascension that is to come, and kind of reminding us that there's, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, there's rainbows after the rain, and things like that. You know, I like that contrast in this track. I think it's very interesting. The last track on this EP is called Stay True. I can't lose. No, I can't lose. The sound choice is very interesting. Now here comes heat. Then you be peachy. Made it look easy. I stay true. I stay true. I stay true. So on this EP, we got two very energetic and aggressive tracks, and this is kind of a little more mellow track, kind of to play us out a little bit and give us some downtime. You know, it's very cool because of the sound choice. It's very interestingly produced. Interestingly, I think that's a word. It's very well produced, to say the least, and I think that his performance is really interesting here because of the softer tones, the falsettos that he goes into. He's not necessarily belting like he was on those first two tracks. So everything about this track kind of conveys this image of coming down, you know, off of the high of those two first tracks, and winding down and kind of relaxing or coming down to close out the project. So I think that that's really cool. And it's also a little reflective, you know, looking back, I can't lose, looking at the accomplishments, looking at his achievements, looking at the people who have helped him, and looking back on his life, you know. So it's a very reflective track as well. I think that that's a very interesting song to play us out on this EP. Now, my thoughts on this EP, I think that for the most part, since it's just 3 tracks long, I always maintain the same opinion about the shorter EPs. You know, when you have less tracks that you're working on, you tend to focus more on them and on the quality, and they tend to be higher quality tracks. Now, it's not true for all cases, but it is true in this case, I believe. I think that these are 3 great tracks, 3 very high quality tracks. The mix is super clean. The performance is compelling. The concept is really, really interesting. The execution just all around in general is great. I love the cover art. I love the fact that he dropped it on Easter Sunday to just really tie in that concept together, you know? I do wish that the concept would have shown through a little bit more in the actual lyricism. On that second track, it definitely did, but on the other 2 tracks, you know, I wish he would have made a few more references to Easter, to Jesus, to the Last Supper. Not because I want this to be more Christian, but because I want it to really play heavily on its concept and tie those images in as metaphors to different things that are going on in his life. I think that there's so much that you can use with the story of Easter, with the story of Christ's passing and the betrayal and the Last Supper and the 3 days in the grave and the resurrection and the ascension to glory and all of that. There's just so much there that you can use metaphorically. Convey 2 different messages at the same time. I think that could have been emphasized a little bit more, but I'm still very happy with the way this turned out, man. I think that it's still a really fun listen. It's only 3 tracks long, you know. It's gonna take you maybe 10 minutes to check this out and give it a listen and see whether or not it's worth your while to add it to your playlists, have it in your rotation, and you know, you might get put onto a new artist with a whole lot of talent and a whole lot of passion. So be sure to check this out. Terian, thank you so much for hitting me up. It was a pleasure listening to your music. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want me to listen to your music, hit me up on my email, my Instagram, my Twitter. I mean, try all of the different ways, and I might end up seeing your message. I do get quite a few of them now, thankfully. I remember when it was kind of a struggle to get people to approach me, but yeah, not having so much difficulty now. The channel's growing. It's all thanks to your support. I really appreciate you guys so much for rocking with the channel and with the content. You know how to support the channel. You can become members, patrons, follow me on my social media, subscribe, share the videos if you enjoy them. Definitely give the video a thumbs up. That really helps with YouTube's algorithm recommending it to other people. And we're on this come up. You know, I'm trying to hit 15,000 and eventually 25, 50. And who knows, maybe we'll get to the 100,000s someday. Again, wishing you all a very happy, very safe Easter. Wishing you guys all the health in the world, because everybody seems to be coming down with this sickness. So just stay safe, guys. I'll be back in another video very soon. Until then, wash your hands, enjoy your families, enjoy your downtime if you have any. And yeah, peace out.